Well, the weather's pretty rubbish, so today what I'm thinking of doing, well, I'm not worried about the weather being rubbish in fact, but the problem is that the light's not very good for going out and doing a video. So what I was thinking like, who's the best Indian cook that I know? And I think it's me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a film of how to make a korma curry. Now, a korma curry, generally people think of it as being something which is not very tasty, which is very mild, etc. What I would say is you decide how you want to make it. I'll show you how to make it. We'll go and make the korma curry. And I prefer mine to be nice and creamy, as kormas are. And I also like it to be a little bit spicy, so a little bit of a bite, but not too much. So let's go and cook a korma curry together. And this time, it's not in the van, because the last time I cooked, it was a butter chicken in the van. And this one is going to be cooked in a kitchen. Well, it was a kitchen in the van, but anyway, it's not in the van. Let's go and cook a korma curry. So these are the ingredients that we're going to be using for this korma. So we have, on the left, we've got some fresh coriander, which we're going to finish it up with. 350 grams of chicken. There is a chicken masala there, because I like using that, but I'm going to go full tilt and put some other stuff in there. Just to say that you could use a curry powder if you like. I'm going to go a little bit lazy. I'm going to be frying it in coconut oil. And I'm going to be using some minced garlic and ginger, adding a little bit more ginger because I like it. Instead of tomato, I'm going to be using ground red peppers. That one just there. Some yogurt, some more ground garlic, some coconut milk, 2 lots of coconut milk, fresh onions. And I'm going to get these little cashews and I'm going to grind them up because I like them. And I'm going to add as well some spices from my masala daba. So I'm going to be using some cumin, some coriander, some chili, some turmeric and some cinnamon. And I'll be adding just a little bit of honey to make it sweet. Let's start preparing. So first of all, I'm going to cut the onions. Take the green bits off, but I'll try to keep a little bit of green. I quite like that. Just chop them up. It doesn't matter if you actually make these a little bit big, because what we're going to do afterwards, well, I'll show you, and it will make it nice and smooth. And this is the thing about this, is a good korma has a really nice gravy, a sauce, made from the yogurt and all the spices, etc. And it's got a nice mild sort of aromatic spicy taste, but it can have as much of a kick as you want. You can put as much chili as you like in it. So I'll just finish doing these onions. There, the onions are chopped. Now, if you want to be mega, I'd say, authentic, you would then grate or dice some ginger and you chop up some garlic in there. But you wouldn't fry the garlic at the same time, probably not the ginger as well. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take this and we're going to fry it until it's golden brown. Now we're going to take some of this coconut oil. Indians would probably use ghee, the clarified butter. You can use oil if you don't have it. I'm just using this because I quite like it, and also it keeps adding this coconut, slight coconut flavour, probably not too much, but there's a bit in there anyway. And of course, up to now, it's vegan till we put the chicken in. So if you wanted to make a vegetable korma, then with your coconut oil. So now what we'll do, we'll heat that, get it nice and hot. The good thing about this is it's a one pan cooking as well. I love one pan cooking. I think probably because I don't like washing up, but there you go. Just seems more sensible. Now this korma is really, I think it comes from North India, but it's sort of what you can get around. And I would say that the taste of this is really quite like, if there's any Brits watching this, it's quite like the takeaway korma that you get in the takeaway, Indian takeaway, but it's got a bit more of a kick because I put a bit more chili in it. Of course, when you're in your takeaway, you could ask for more chili. Nothing stops you, although they could refuse. So it's starting to get a little bit warm, the oil. Let's gradually put these in. And then I'm going to fry these until they are golden brown. As I said, it doesn't matter if they are a little bit sort of big, the pieces. It really doesn't matter, because we're going to do a magic trick that will make this fabulous gravy stroke sauce that you get with curries. There you go, we'll just leave that frying away. While that's frying away, I'm going to go and cut the chicken. So I've got 2 chicken fillets and I'm going to cut them into chunks while the onions are still frying. I mean, you know, roughly cut them. It depends if you like big mouthfuls. You know, I've got such a small mouth, said nobody ever. So I'm going to cut these into little cubes. There you go, just roughly cut it up. Now what some people do is they marinate it in yogurt, much like you do the tandoori, but I don't really see the point in that because we're going to be cooking the yogurt, and sometimes when you cook yogurt in a curry it can actually separate out, so sometimes you can have like little bits in it in your sauce, which, you know, it looks like curdled milk. So this is probably the best way is to do it. And I want to fry this off. I want to get the spices really into this this chicken. So there you go. We were vegan up to here. Give that a little stir and we'll keep frying those until they're golden brown. They're starting to go brown now. So this is my masala daba. When you say masala daba, do you mean like someone who wants a daba masala? It's basically spices. Masala means spice mixture. And in here we've got chili flakes, we've got whole cumin, whole coriander, we have garam masala, ground coriander, ground cumin and turmeric. So we're going to use all of these, plus we're not going to use the whole ones, we're just going to use the powder this time because I haven't got my grinder with me. So as you can see, the onions are nearly cooked. And what I have here is I have a mixture of coconut milk and yogurt. Now into this I'm going to put some ground garlic. Now I don't want to put the ground garlic in when I fry the chicken. I would have done if it was ordinary, so I'll put 1.5 teaspoons of that in. I would have, if it was an ordinary you know, fresh garlic, I would fry it with the onions probably. Now this is my secret, okay, don't tell anybody. This is there you go, it's called basically it's ground roasted red peppers. It's a Spanish thing and I love it. Some people may put tomatoes in, but I love this. Now it's quite salty, so you have to be a little bit careful of how much you put in because you don't want an imbalance. They're done. I'll take them off the heat now. Right, we'll turn that off. Good. We're going to have some minced garlic as well. This is garlic. No, this is minced ginger, sorry. Some minced ginger. If you were using fresh ginger, you would fry it as well. And because I love this stuff, this is a mixture of ginger and garlic paste. Ginger and garlic paste, very nice. Now, saves a lot of hassle as well. You know what happens. You know, you put your ginger through the grater and it bungs up your grater. You got your garlic press, and so all I'm going to do is I'm going to put those onions straight in. Doesn't matter about the oil going in. That's all good stuff. And generally, they finish off curries very often in India with some ghee on top, in fact. So this is sort of doing that job for us. So I'm going to put that in there, and I'm just going to give that a quick whiz with a mixer. Okay, so this is the mixture of the coconut milk, the yogurt, the onions, the minced ginger, the minced roasted red peppers, and some minced garlic. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to blitz that away until it's nice and smooth. Excuse me for the noise. And there you have it. It's done. Now we'll go and fry the chicken. So into the pan, we're going to put some coconut oil. Alright, now if you remember, let's stick the heat up again a little bit. Oop, not that one, wrong one. No, that is this one. Alright, just take that heat up a little bit. As you can see, there's a bit of coconut oil in there. But for me, that really doesn't matter. If you're using healthy oils, then they're actually good for you. Now, this is the what we just liquidized earlier, which was the fried onions, the garlic, the chopped ginger, the yogurt, and the coconut cream. Coconut cream. I'm just going to put that in, because that, I mean, we're nearly there. I mean, this takes literally about, I'd say, half an hour more or less if you're organised, which I'm generally not. But there you go, all of that in there. Boom. What do you think of that? I mean, if you don't put the because some people put tomatoes in it. I know in India they do in some places. Some people don't at all. Now I've put some of the red peppers in, which means it's a little bit sort of beige or whatever. But if you don't put any of that in, then it actually stays, you know, pretty white because it's just the yogurt and the coconut cream. And I'm just going to simmer that down a bit so that just reduces slightly. And then we're nearly there. Let's let that simmer on its own. Okay, so it's simmering away a little bit. It's important not to cover it. You could actually turn it up quite a lot if you wanted it to evaporate a lot quicker, but then it splashes everywhere, so maybe we don't want that. It's important not to, if you don't add extra chili, extra spices, extra salt, pepper, etc. at this point. You want to see what it's like when it gets down to the thickness you want, because if not, you put it in now, when it reduces, it will really intensify the chili and the salt, etc. So do the final seasoning when it's really reduced to how you want it to be. Let's leave it alone now. So that for me is about the right consistency. Now it may look a little bit browner, if you like, than your normal korma that you get in the takeaways, and I don't know why, but I think the colour comes a lot from the red peppers and also from the onions, which were very much browned. Now that for me is it needs nothing, absolutely nothing, apart from some cashew nuts, which I've just roughly chopped, and the same with coriander, fresh coriander. Now I know that some people don't like this, the Americans call this cilantro, but you can't believe it, but there you go. And that for me is the finished object. Now you can have that with some rice, with some, let's just wipe this off a second, have that with some rice, or I'm just going to have it with some poppadoms. And that will be a delicious, delicious dinner for me tonight. So there you have it, a very, very simple Indian korma curry. Now, I've just finished it off with some cashew nuts, as you saw, and some fresh coriander, and a nice little drizzle of cream would be nice as well. Now, if you would like, because my channel is normally a travel channel, but I love cooking, and I love cooking Indian food. So if you want, or French. So if you would like any more videos on this, can you put it down in the comments down below, and I'll be happy to make more videos like this one. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.